Welcome to the Long Run with Joel and Chrissy. I'm Joel, flying solo today, and today we're talking about how to get back into exercising or running or anything you do as far as health-wise after taking a break. Now, for me, my last race was January the 30th. I ran the Celebration Marathon, and I had planned to take 2 weeks off after the marathon, and I did that. I took 2 weeks off, no running. Just some light walking and things like that. But I did take time off after running to help my body to rest and recover and get back to it. Now, all of my other marathons, I didn't take as much time off. I took like maybe 5 days at the most. But this time I did take the full 2 weeks. And so when it was time to get back into it, I guess the question for me was, what do I need to do? So if you've taken some time off from exercising or from running or from walking or whatever you do for exercise, here's some tips for you that will help you get back into it. Number one is have a designated start back date. Now for me, it was exactly 2 weeks from the day I ran my marathon. And so I was going to start back on February the 13th. And so that was my plan, and I did that. I almost started back on the 12th, but then I decided, let's go ahead and do it and don't start back till the 13th. So have a designated start back date. That way you have something to look forward to and it's not just some mythological date that's out there. You know you're going to start back exercising on a particular date. And so you get in that mindset of saying, okay, I know I'm going to start it back and this is the day I'm going to do that. Number two, have a plan. Now that's pretty much, in anything that we do, we always need to have a plan. For me, when I was training for the marathon, I had a plan. When I'm taking time off, I also have a plan to get back into running and get back into exercising again. So have a plan, have a designated plan on how you're going to do that and what you're going to do once you start back. Number three is start slowly. Now, if you've taken a couple of weeks off, you're not going to lose a lot of fitness. You're not going to lose a lot of your training. You'll lose some, just not a lot. But start back slowly. Even if you don't feel like you've lost any of your training fitness, do still start back slowly to avoid injury and to avoid hurting yourself. So start back with a plan, maybe coming back a couple of times a week, a couple of good workouts, and then slowly bring yourself back up to where you have been. I started out with some 3-mile runs, and my longest run on my first week back was 8 miles, and then I slowly came back up to 10, 12, 13. I did 13 today on my long run. So start out slowly and then work your way back up to where you were. And then the fourth thing is this cross training. I've started doing some weight training, especially with my legs and my core and my midsection, my arms. I can tell I'm getting really buff now. But do some cross training. And if you have a gym that's convenient to you, even if you're just at home, you can have your gym at home. You can do planks, you can do push-ups, you can do wall sits, you can do squats. You can do a lot of things from home and not have to pay for it. So do some cross training to help your muscles get back into training shape when you start back with your training again. So those are 4 easy tips to get you back into training and get you back into running or whatever you do, weightlifting, whatever it is, CrossFit, whatever it is. If you've taken a 1 or 2 week break, then you want to use these tips to get back into it and get back to your routine and get back to your fitness levels. So drop me a comment below if you've done some training before, if you've taken some time off. What are your tips for getting back into training and to exercising after you've taken a break? Drop me some tips below, some comments below. I'd love to hear those as well. Maybe work them into another video coming up. But those are my 4 tips for you. Have a designated start back plan date. Have a plan, start slowly, and cross train. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell for updates when we upload new videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes on the weekend, sometimes in between. You just kind of never know when we're going to drop one in there. And I think that's going to do it today for the Long Run with Joel and Chrissy. I'm Joel, flying solo today, and don't forget it's the long run. Give yourself a little grace.